Okay, so we're going to do a new video here with sand casting. So what I did is I went on Etsy and I bought these flimsy silicone molds that are usually used for, I think you can like put chocolate in them, stuff like that. They have a pretty high temperature rating of about 500 degrees. So I took wax and I dripped it in there and I created that mold. And so first thing I'm going to do is I take this half here that has the grooves in it. That goes down. You want to pack this down really well. Then you want to scrape it off on the top. So you want this nice and flush here. Flip it over. I like to kind of push this down with my thumb right here. Then we add some talc to that. Add a little talc on our piece here. And we're going to put that in there about like that. We're just going to push it in. It's fairly flexible. It shouldn't break. So when we get it in about halfway, then we're going to take the other half. And you want to line it up on the side here. I'll show you there. It's kind of a square here, and you want to line that up. And by lining it up, it will help you get a nice even impression. Now we'll take more sand here. You can use either Petrobond or Delft clay. I have found they work pretty much the same. The better I get at this, the less difference I see in the two. Again, you want to pack that down really good. Once you get it packed down, then you want to scrape it off. And then at this point, you want to pull this straight apart. Okay, so we got a great impression on that side. This side here, we're just going to want to pop this up. Tweezers works good. Go all the way around, loosen it up. You can usually tip it right out of there. Okay. Now we're going to pack that down right there. And this is where we're going to add our sprue. You also want to create a cone here. You want the cone to be nice and deep because you want the metal to know right where to go. And so you want it to flow straight into the impression here. Alright, one more thing. Let's see here. I like to use the back end of a paintbrush because it's nice and round. Just like that. So this side is done. We're going to set that aside. We'll come over to this side here. see, we'll take and we'll cut our sprue here. Like I say, we'll make the funnel area nice and deep, so the metal is gonna go right directly into the hole. Okay, at this point, we have these grooves that are cut in here, and the reason for that is so you can add vents. And what the vents do is they allow air and gas buildup to vacate the mold, allowing the metal to flow into it freely. Otherwise it builds up, and if it doesn't release, you won't get a good pour. There, just like that. So now at this point, we're going to clean this up here. We're going to bring over the AccuPour. We need to line these up again. Just like that. Set that in there like that. Let me get one more thing here. Put that like that. Tighten that down. You want to make sure that's lined up. Now, if you don't have a real hot torch, you can use this. See if I can show you here. We'll turn this. This fits in here. Then you can heat it up like that. And it improves the time. It also gives you kind of a safe place to put it. I got a pretty hot torch here, so I'm just going to do it this way. So I try and use about 1.5 ounces of metal, and I use that amount on just about everything I pour, unless it's a really large piece. That gives me enough metal to fill the mold, fill the sprue, and give me a nice amount on the top to help push the metal down into the mold. Now as it starts to become molten, You want to tip it back and forth. Make sure it becomes liquid all the way through. And there, I just added some borax. You want to heat up the tip really good. And when you're ready, dump it really fast. Okay. I'm going to pull this earlier than I normally would. I don't know if you can tell, my new ventilation system is working dynamite here. So we got an excellent cast. Filled it up really nice. Try and get it out of here for you. Yep, really nice cast. Very pleased with it. And I'll finish it up and we can see what it looks like when it's done. Alright, that's it. Thank you.